I'm Dave Fryda, North Central District Fishery Supervisor out of Riverdale. In the North Central District, we have no issues with winter kill. There's a 180-degree turn from the previous winter, from the winter of 23 to this winter of 24. Obviously, we had a very mild winter, and it was a nice change after coming off that extremely tough winter before where we lost quite a few lakes. And we have no issues in the entire district with DOs this year. The one drawback is we have overall, our water levels are not great in the North Central District, especially to the farther north you go from, say, Riverdale and north. The lakes are down quite a bit, and we're not going to get much runoff, it doesn't appear, this winter. And even after last winter, the extremely tough winter we had, we didn't get much runoff, and we went into last summer at fairly low water levels on our district lakes. So that's the one drawback of an easy winter, is our water levels aren't looking the greatest. Right now, I think our access is still good at our district lakes where we have access, where we have ramps and existing structure. It's not to the point where they're impacted yet. It's more of our temporary seasonal lakes where, there's shoreline access or the winter access. We have some really good walleye populations. We did lose a few quality ones in the winter of 23, but we have a number of good walleye fisheries across the district. Antelope Lake, Clear Lake have been good. Hins down toward the canal system has real good quality walleyes in it. Probably not real high densities, but there's some large fish in there. That being East-West Park, Heckers, New Johns, part of the Garrison Diversion Canal lakes. Other lakes we have, Coal Lake is a good walleye fishery. And in fact, that's one of the unique projects we have starting this year. We'll be doing a tagging study on Coal Lake just to assess how anglers are using that population. It's a good quality population. Coal Lake is perennially, over the years, periodically had winter kills, and we've made it now 5 years without winter kills, and the population is really developed nicely. So it gives us good opportunity to evaluate how anglers are utilizing these fisheries. Pike, in general, probably not the greatest. We have pike opportunities in a number of lakes, Rice, McCody. We have pike in virtually all of our water bodies, but they're not, as we've been fairly dry the last quite a few years in lower lake levels, our pike aren't doing the greatest. The high numbers aren't there like they were. We have really good smallmouth opportunities throughout primarily associated with the canal system. Lake Audubon at the head of the canal and then down through the canal system, exceptional smallmouth bass fisheries. We have probably the best bass fishery in the state at Nelson Lake. It's a power plant lake. People are pretty aware of that. It stays open all winter, and it's our best largemouth bass fishery in the state. It grows big fish, stays open. It's got good numbers of bluegills and crappies in it also. And Lake Metagoshi is also, that's been a long-term bluegill fishery, produces some really nice bluegills. Also, we have a number of community fisheries in the district, but we have some newer opportunities in the last few years where we've brought on small little ponds in some of these smaller towns. One of them that we brought on last year was Underwood Pond, just south of the city of Underwood. We've stocked rainbow trout in it. That one was a very good success. We had a lot of usage. A lot of young kids from town biked out. So that one's been a real success. We brought on Max City Pond right in the city of Max. We started last summer. We're primarily managing that one with pike and catfish stocking in the spring. It won't overwinter anything, so there's that opportunity too. And then we have a Pointers Pond is a relatively new one west of Velva, just a few miles west. And that one we just brought on last summer. We had some flooding issues the first year because it's adjacent to the Souris River, but that one we'll be managing with put and take adult fish. We probably won't go trout there anymore. We'll do either panfish or some pike. Audubon's got a good quality walleye population right now. The size structure has likely never been better. Overall abundance is not very great. It's fairly low abundance right now, but there's a lot of quality fish up to the low 20-inch range, which historically wasn't Audubon. Audubon was usually a high density of smaller fish, but our overall abundance is not that high in the walleyes. We've started addressing that. We've stocked the last couple of years and we'll continue to stock, try to bring that abundance back up a little bit. So there's a good quality fishery, but it's been a fairly tough bite the last couple of years. The muskie fishery continues to be an exceptional muskie fishery in the state, kind of gaining more notoriety, I guess, and participation over the last few years as the population develops. And the smallmouth fishery is, probably one of the better smallmouth fisheries in the state. Certainly in the North Central District still has a lot of quality opportunities for the anglers.